I'm Alban Brooke. I'm the head of marketing for Buzzsprout, and this is Podcast Movement. My dad was a lawyer, but he went to seminary, and when he was there, he became friends with a guy who was Haitian. And he went back to Haiti to found a school and a church and did a whole bunch of stuff in rural Haiti. So I went there when I was 13, and if you get an English degree, which is what I did in college, you don't really have much to do after that. You're like, oh, I guess I should teach. And I didn't want to go just get a teaching, start teaching at a private school or something. So I shot an email to this guy and I was like, hey, do you ever need teachers? And he reached back out and was like, hey, let's get on the call. So I called him. 2 minutes in, he goes, hey, come down to Fort Lauderdale and on this date, and it'd be a good time for us to talk, and that way I can get you through customs. And I realized like 2 minutes in, I committed myself to meeting him, and I'm thinking I'm doing an interview, and he thinks I'm flying to Haiti to move. So while I'm in Haiti, I'm thinking like, all right, I've got this like 7-month buffer now. What am I gonna do? So my grandfather was a judge. My dad was a lawyer. So I think I naturally was like, hey, like law's a career, like people can do that. So I got into my head, I wanted to, practice law. So I go and I work for a couple law firms before going to law school. And I was like, this is not fulfilling. This isn't what I wanted to do. And I got myself into law thinking I was gonna do all these great things, and really all I'm doing is charging a company money to flip papers. So I quickly realized it wasn't what I was excited about doing. My roommate was working for our parent company, Higher Pixels. He's like, hey, this isn't really in your field, but what do you think about marketing? And I was always telling him guys, this new thing just happened in podcasting. You should talk about it. I didn't see any tweets. I was the podcast fanboy for them. I think that was kind of what kicked off the conversation about, maybe joining the team. So Podcast Movement was kind of the first time where we got to put our pulse on the podcasting world and realized there was a lot more there than we'd thought. So that was when I joined the team, and we started reaching out to podcasters and trying to grow from something that was focused more in the nonprofit space and growing much more into the creator space. Our role at Podcast Movement was to listen and to learn about what Buzzsprout was becoming. Because there were times where we thought, oh, we definitely know what it is. And we come to podcast movements, people say, no, I love that feature, or oh, I could see some other way, something else you could do to help me. And we get to kind of learn from the podcasting community. What I love about podcasting is it's different from the rest of the web. The rest of the web is overly monetized with ads. Podcasting instead is this, feels like a genuine connection with people. You listen to some hosts you listen to every week for years, and they tell you stories about their lives, or they tell you about what they're interested in. And you start to build kind of a relationship and a community with them. Podcast Movement is then where you get to come and connect with all these people who have the same kind of love, and we're not really sure everything that's going on in podcasting yet. We're still kind of early and we're experimenting. We get to come and talk to people and learn more about what's the industry doing, what are we doing, how are we turning something that we love into a career. There's quite a bit of Haiti that has always stuck with me, is a feeling of I don't know if it's responsibility, or you kind of see how much of the world is happenstance. I've got good friends that are my age, born 300 miles to the south, and we have totally different lives because of it. There does seem, at least in my mind, to be some connection with podcasting there, because it's definitely important to me for people to understand how other people live. And I think you may intellectually know it here, but there is some true power in voice and kind of hearing someone's story and kind of feeling a connection to them. Even though you may not be able to go physically travel and spend time there, being able to hear people is really powerful.